On a humid Tuesday night in Indianapolis, the Indiana Fever didn't just secure their place in the Commissioner's Cup final, they ignited one of the most emotionally charged, physically brutal, and publicly dissected confrontations of the WNBA season. The scoreboard read 88-71 by the end, but the numbers barely told the story. This wasn't just a basketball game. This was a boiling point. From the very first whistle at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, it was clear that this contest wasn't going to unfold quietly. The stakes were heavy, the tension was thick, and the energy in the arena was electric. Indiana wanted it, Connecticut wanted it, but neither team was willing to blink first. What began as physical defense soon escalated into chest bumps, hard fouls, and sharp words. Every possession was contested, every rebound a war. By the time the third quarter rolled around, the match had morphed into something far more than just a cup qualifier. It became a pressure cooker, and Caitlin Clark was standing right in the center of the storm. Clark, Indiana's sensational rookie and already one of the most recognizable faces in the sport, found herself targeted with aggressive traps, body contact off the ball, and relentless jawing from the opposition. Connecticut guards Jacy, Sheldon and Marina Mabrey were especially involved, playing her tight, testing her patience, and daring her to respond. Clark, known for her composure as much as her range, tried to keep her cool. But this wasn't routine contact. This was psychological warfare, and soon it spilled into something far more explosive. The third quarter saw a series of confrontations, one after the other, that turned the hardwood into a battleground. It started with a contested rebound that turned into a tangled scuffle. Elbows flew, words were exchanged, and just like that, the referees had no choice but to intervene. What followed next was chaos. 3 players were ejected. The benches threatened to empty. Coaches stepped in between players like human shields. Officials huddled at the scorer's table as boos rained down and fans stood on their feet, unsure whether they were watching a basketball game or a showdown. Clark, visibly shaken but unbowed, stood her ground. She didn't retaliate with fists, she retaliated with buckets. Draining deep threes. Finding open teammates. Controlling the pace. Letting her game speak when the noise got too loud. But even with Clark's brilliance, the game kept tipping toward the volatile. Every foul was met with a glare. Every whistle, a protest. The referees handed out technical fouls like candy, and yet the tension never truly died down. The Fever, despite the distractions, stayed locked in. Nalissa Smith dominated the paint. Aliyah Boston imposed her will on the boards. Kelsey Mitchell played with surgical precision. The team moved like a unit, gritty, bruised, but undeterred. Connecticut, for all their toughness, lost their rhythm amid the rising emotional tide. Their shots stopped falling, their passes turned erratic, and once the ejections took place, the depth wasn't there to respond. The Fever pulled away late in the fourth, silencing the drama with sheer execution. The final minutes became a coronation. The fans roared. The bench exploded. Indiana had done it. They were Commissioner's Cup finalists. But as the players filed off the court, the story wasn't just the win. It was what the game revealed. About intensity. About rivalry. About the new edge forming in the WNBA. This wasn't just about points and possessions. This was about identity. This was a battle for legitimacy, between a rising young core in Indiana and a battle-tested group from Connecticut not ready to pass the torch. Clark, who's been under the spotlight since the moment she declared for the draft, now finds herself at the intersection of excellence and controversy. Some call her a spark. Others say she's a target. But there's no denying she's the conversation. Her presence is reshaping the league. Opponents know it. Teammates feed off it. Fans line up around arenas just to catch a glimpse of her warm-ups. The league's intensity has risen alongside her ascent, and now, it's erupting in full view of the public. What happened on Tuesday night wasn't pretty. It wasn't polished, but it was real. It was raw, and it was a glimpse into what happens when competition meets personality in a league that's no longer content being ignored. 3 ejections, dozens of shoves, 1,000 headlines, but at the heart of it, just one truth: the WNBA is changing. The rivalries are sharper, the games, harder, the moments, louder. Indiana will move on to the Commissioner's Cup final. But they won't forget this night. Clark certainly won't, nor will anyone who witnessed it. Because in that heated third quarter, amid the flying elbows and frayed tempers, something shifted. This wasn't just a game, it was a declaration. That the Fever are here to fight. That Clark won't back down. And that the WNBA, in all its chaos and glory, is ready for the spotlight.